All right, everyone, we are live with Eclectic, Eccentric. So glad that you all could join us today. I'm Josh Miller, the co-founder and CEO of Ideas X Lab. We are an artist-run nonprofit based in Louisville, Kentucky. And as many of you have been impacted by the current pandemic, so have not only our organization, but our community and our community of artists. And so we wanted, my team member Hannah Drake and I were thinking about how we could come together, knowing that we're all practicing social distancing, we're not having a lot of contact with each other, and also artists are really struggling in many areas in terms of their jobs and that type of financial security. And so we wanted to bring all of that together for a fun evening, bringing together poetry, dance, and performance for a really fun night. So as you know, tonight is free. You can donate to support the participating artist. You can text Eclectic to 44321 or go to ideasxlab.com and click donate. So we're really excited to have you all involved. If you're watching on Facebook, you have questions, comments, ideas, go ahead and put those in the comments section. And if you're interested in participating in future virtual performances, we already had a few people reach out. Let us know. We're going to navigate this the best we can, so please bear with us as we work through using Zoom, Spotify, and a few different platforms together to make this all happen and make it fun. So we are going to get our evening kicked off with Kate Driskill. Kate is from Jackson, Kentucky. She loves to play music, and we got to work with Kate, or were first introduced to Kate through Our Breath It, which is a National Endowment for the Arts supported project in Eastern Kentucky, in Breathitt County in Jackson. And Kate was part of the group of musicians who partnered with us to create a series of musical workshops and also to create the Our Breath It album, which is 12 original new songs that we just released on Bandcamp. So Kate, I am going to pull up your video and hand it over to you and let you take us away with our first piece of the evening.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm really excited for you to see and hear all of the different art that's going to be presented. It's been a lot of fun being part of the Art Breath It projects and getting to work with songs and get to understand my own community a little bit more. So these first couple songs are from the album, and they're just based from stories from people I got to talk to and work with. And so I'm really excited and to share them with you guys, and I hope you enjoy them. Said I'd follow you up that dirt road. We can go anywhere just as long as I've got your hand to hold. It's been pretty wild, running out 1,000 miles, not even knowing just where it ends. Oh, all I know is that wherever your heart's at will be my home. You said that we would have to pack and head out soon. I don't know where we'll end up, or even if I can take care of you. Oh, and I just smiled, 'cause I know you got me and I got you. There is nothing that we cannot do. Oh, all I know is that wherever your heart's at, it's still my home. Blow your fears a kiss goodbye. Lay been through so many places. Now we've got one to call our own. It's been pretty wild. Running at 1,000 miles, staring wide-eyed at how far we've come. Oh, all I know is that wherever your heart's at, it's still my home. Hard times will come, but don't let them scare you away. Don't let them take you down a dark road on your own. When the noise is overwhelming and your knees begin to shake, just take it in and let out the song you know to sing. And honey, you'll be sure to keep it down, stick to the music, don't let your voice fade out. Pretty soon you'll be on the mountaintops, hold on to what you know, see how far you'll go. Oh, you gotta keep it simple. If I could say all the words that I wanted to say, the echoes would be balanced with me cheering you on. Oh, I know you might feel weary and lost, but hold on, just keep on playing our song. And honey, you'll be sure to keep it down, stick to the music, don't let your voice fade out. Pretty soon you'll be on the mountaintops, hold on to what you know, see how far you'll go. Oh, you gotta keep it tuned. Oh, whoa, you gotta keep it tuned. Oh, come sing now, sing in the mountains. Oh, come sing in the valley. Sing now, sing in the silence. Oh, come sing now, sing in the crowd. Oh, come sing now, sing in the mountains. Oh, come sing now, sing in the valley. Oh, come sing now, sing in the silence. Oh, come sing now, sing in the crowd. And honey, you'll be sure to keep it down, stick to the music, don't let your voice fade out. Pretty soon you'll be on the mountaintops, hold on to what you know, see how far you'll go. Whoa, you gotta keep it tuned. Whoa, whoa, you gotta keep it tuned. May these roots bring you through the mountains. May these roots stretch across the sea. And may these roots bring you to sing to the stars. May these roots bring you home to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate, so much for sharing those pieces from Our Breath It. The last piece that you sang, Roots, gets me every time. I could listen to it over and over. So I'm so glad that you were both introduced to us, but also able to participate. I know that we lost Facebook Live for a minute, so if that's how you're tuning in and it drops back out again, we'll do our best to keep reconnecting. We are recording this whole performance, so the Zoom link is also available on our Facebook page, but we will be able to post these performances afterward as well. So with that, I'm going to welcome our next performer, who happens to be my fiance, Theo Edmonds. He is an artist and the director of the Center for Creative Place Healing at University of Louisville.
Hey, everybody. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be still and the revelations sometimes that come along with that. And so I've pulled out 3 pieces I wanted to share with you tonight that were all written when about 10 years ago, about a decade ago, when I was living in New York and working and showing as an artist. And so I'll just start in. The first one is called Going Through Gotham. I do my best to curl and swirl here on the rocks of the green and gray, on that ripple of water that smells like fish. It's sweet, savory. Here's for sirens swirl and scenes. They manipulate a poet's mind. My mind playing tricks on me, here by the green and gray water. There's no time to look for time in a bottle or a note in a bottle or booze in a bottle. No, none of that tired old city swinging jazz for me, baby, because bottles are necessary when you drink with your eyes. You save those lips for kissing. These days, not a frickin' Rockefeller in sight, but I know where you can Rockefeller. Down Hell's Kitchen, down 25th Street, down Chelsea, down Greenwich, keep going down, 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 and then down around the tip of the bull ring. Booyah, you see her there. I see by the dawn's early light. Hey, pretty lady, says me. And she says, come on in, baby. The city feels fine. So you step on in and make it up the east side, up the lower east side, where village babes pull up bordello streets as they try to snatch a little warmth from the cold zone of those ransom things near the dark side of dawn. And they push and they tug at that hush. You know, it's not the city noise that moves you. It's the city's hush. It's that quiet moment in thunder when the city goes to sleep and whispers. Zip, bop, bam, alakazam, ain't no Dutch left now in New Amsterdam. We're just a bunch of mutts here, strutting mutts, learning to swag and sway. We zip and zap underground a tin can of lightning bolts, and we zig and zag up top in canary yellow ladybugs with Arabian names, puttering under the Mondrian gaze of a zillion electric eyes. It's that herd immunity, all of us trying to catch a little cool and chic. So we glide and we slide and we ride the ride all the time, day and night, just wishing for home. Home, because that's where the heart is. And so we keep seeking out the whiz, trying to pull our left foot up just to earn our right to get down. And Lord, it ain't easy some days to ease on down the road. You feel sick from eating an apple every day, you need to see a doctor right away, a witch doctor, a voodoo man, a shaman. You're just looking for a human. You need to see a doctor right away, but you see, that's going to cost you, man. It's going to cost you a cool nickel, Jack, and even when you pay, ring, ring, bling, bling, that doctor ain't mother loving in today, but those folks will let you pay. Come back tomorrow and try again. Zip, bop, bam, alakazam. Only when I'm moving do I ever feel safe enough to land. And so I move my vision and words from that creek in the Appalachian backwoods here to the sweet green and the savory shade of gray that curls and swirls on the banks of the Hudson, where fish rocks tickle your dreams and your toes, and where your pen tries its best to tickle infinity on a page, and you wonder out loud, while Nina Simone sings about lilac wine, if anything can ever be exactly like it ever seems in your dreams. And you pray out loud a little prayer for those days that you hope are soon to come, when you will feel a little closer to being able to reach out and touch your dream. And then poof, those imagined things roll out again with the tide. But you just lay back on those fish rocks. You do your best to conjure a smile you remember from long ago, running up a mountain as your best boyhood self, big old freckle face, hillbilly grin. And that memory brings some warmth to your soul again. And then the clouds roll back over you, and you think about tomorrow when you'll rise up and move your bones to do it all over again. And just then, you wonder whose life you're living. And you remember the lies you tell yourself to pretend that you're happy here. Sometimes it's not all bad when things are quiet. Sometimes fun things can happen too. This one's called Lower East Side. It's from a series called YOLO Poems. Just that kind of night makes some early bird magic for cat-eyed fellas and economical magicians. Mais je ne parle vous. Embrace me, lover, on these Formica streets and under these kicking cherry bomb skies. Leave behind those magnolia blossom monks and bob and weave through buttoned up forest crushed velvet curtains and clouds. Let's rattle some street mischief. Let's wing tickle taxi dancer dawns. But mais je ne parle vous. It's just that kind of night. And then the last one is called The Songcatcher. The bird in Peggy's garden has a little song that leans forward and then tilts back again. A reclining song that bounces and swirls into the hand of a weathered garden statue. It's a statue of a woman named Pearl. The cold stone becomes brilliant and electric, alive each time again as it becomes the song catcher for all the birds. And also in the garden is the quiet rhythm of pebbles, crunching under the sound of the feet of tourists who have come to see Peggy's beautiful garden. The statue, Pearl, well, she has no feet. She can't walk away like those others who just passed through. But Pearl has an open hand and a constant presence in the open hand. And in her hand are 1,000 memories of reclining and tilting songs. How sad that the others who passed through Peggy's gardens, the ones who have the feet, the ones who can and do walk away, will never be as wise as Pearl. They will never know the songs that she knows. They will never even know that those sweet songs existed. See, for all the people that walk through Peggy's garden, only one is the song catcher, and her name is Pearl. She has no feet. Hope you all are doing well out there and staying safe and healthy.
Thank you, Theo, for sharing those. Even though we are together all the time right now, I haven't heard all of them, so it's nice to have this opportunity. So we are continuing to have some connection issues with Facebook, but we are going to keep going. Anyway, over the past few months, I've had the opportunity to participate in Louisville Ballet's Mind-Body Balance program as an adult who never got to take ballet before. And it has really been a tremendous experience. I'm still taking, even though it's really virtual, by way of Ashley. Thank you, Ashley. And they have been a tremendous partner. The ballet has been on other projects with us as well. So we are thrilled to have Ashley and Brandon with us. Brandon Ragland is a dancer with the Louisville Ballet. So is Ashley Thursby. She is also a choreographer and the program manager for Mind Body Balance, which is the program that I mentioned, and is really passionate and an advocate for the power of performance that art can give a community. So they are going to actually be performing a piece together or in tandem with each other in a way. And we're gonna jump from screen to screen. So I'm gonna get your all's music teed up real quick. And then we are gonna start with Brandon. That was an awesome piece, Ashley and Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us and making it work using Spotify and 2 different connections to create that piece together. I really love to see that. Next up, we are going to hear some of the wonderful pieces by Chanson Calhoun. Chanson hails from the West End of Louisville and is an R&B artist who has performed on stages from Hard Rock Louisville to Hard Rock Barcelona, Spain. So give me just 1 second, Chanson. I'm gonna spotlight the video on you, and then we will want to get you unmuted, and it's all yours.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
We can.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, my sister's helping me get this together. Okay, so I'm here at my family's house, and this is our family piano. I'm really nervous, so excuse my voice if it's shaking. And then I have my Facebook Live going, so we're all just going live. I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you guys for having me. Nervous. Okay, so this first song is a brand new song I've never sung for people. Cute little story behind it. It's really about a relationship I was in, and there was another girl in the mix. So this is called. Sorry, my sister heard it, so she knows what it's about. But it's called the Side Chick Song. So I hope y'all like it. But yeah. Time after time to God to keep me from moving your ass. Please stay off of my life and off of my page. That's all I can do. You don't have any business in my relationship. Maybe there is a difference between you and me. Even though you two have history, that ends now because it's right here with me. Oh, he's right here. He'll be around. He'll be around. He's not going nowhere because I hold him down. be tired, so tired of running inside. Oh, it's finally found someone who knows what she wants. You don't have any business in my relationship. Maybe there is a difference between you and me. Even though you two have history, that ends now because he's right here with me. Oh, he's right here. He'll be around. He'll be around. He's not going nowhere because I hold him down. Oh, he's right here. He'll be around. Oh, he's not going nowhere. 'Cause I hold him down. Okay. Thank you guys. I really want to know what y'all think about that song because it's like brand new, but yeah. Okay. Next song, I'm gonna sing Champion, which is really important for me. It's a very encouraging song. I think we all need to know that during this time we are champions. We are championing through this thing, and we are gonna make it through. So please listen to the words. I hope you like it. It took some time, it took some tries, and it wasn't easy to get it right. Took sacrifice. Everyone tried to shame me, keeping my head held high. I won't apologize for what I believe. I'm just doing me. I'm never looking back, although I know my past has created me to be a champion. I know that you could do it. Put your heart into it, champion. It's crazy how they say you would never make it, champion. So much you could do if you just follow through, champion. Don't you ever quit it. Someone is dependent on you. You, champion. It's interesting how just one thing can change your life. When it's said and done, and you've overcome every fight. Take it day by day, repeating good enough, standing tall. You gave it your all, never apologize for many tears filled right. You took your strength for this moment, champion. It's crazy how they say you would never make it, champion. You just wanna go champion. Don't you ever quit. Someone is dependent on you. You, champion, 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 champion. Nothing you can do. Put your heart into champion. Crazy how they say you would never make champion. Don't you ever quit. Someone is the champion. Don't you ever quit. Someone is dependent on you. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you, Chanson. So happy you were able to join us. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you continue to make music and engage everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, y'all. I'm turned around. Now we're back.
All right, everyone. We are going to keep moving forward. As a reminder, all of the artists are doing this because they want to bring some creative engagement, some art and enjoyment into your all's homes or to you wherever you are. And so if you are interested in supporting them, you can text Eclectic to 44321 or go to ideasxlab.com and click donate. So without further ado, we are going to welcome our dear friend, Robin G. Hey, Robin, I just unmuted you. So Robin is a poet, a host, a speaker. I have known Robin for years, and she is such a tremendous individual to have in our lives. So I can't wait to hear what you are going to share with us today, Robin.
There it is.
There you are.
I'm sorry, I'm signed into Rheonna's first. I didn't get a link. I'm sorry.
All good.
All right, are we ready?
The floor is yours.
Hey everybody, I'm sorry, I've just gotten off work. So for those who don't know, I am not only just a poet, I am also in the healthcare field, and it's a rough time for us right now, but here I am. All right, so I have two pieces that I want to share. Today is my daughter's birthday. She is 20 years old, and I wrote her a poem, and it's in my second collection of poetry called There Is Substance Here. And of course, I wanted to read this one in honor of her birthday. She's 20 years old today, and her name is Cherokee. I gave birth to a baby, another human being at the tender age of 16, 8 pounds and 4 ounces that I named Cherokee. She saved me from myself in a sense because before her existence, I was reckless, a mess, so far removed from the awkward girl sitting on rooftops writing poems about worlds I'd never visit. It was like I had come to terms with my conditions, and the dream of outrunning that existence became too far-fetched. So instead of etching imaginary futures into my mind with ink pens, I settled in. That was it for me. High school dropout with shattered dreams, succumbing to an environment that produced nothing more than drug dealers, dope fiends, and pregnant teens. But when I heard her cry, I could have sworn that she was crying out for me. Little broken biracial girl with no father gave birth to a whole world in the form of a daughter. She was tiny, but so much bigger than her mother. Her eyes opened and searched for my face, for me. I watched the nurse swaddle my new purpose in a blanket, and my heart began to weep. Her little hands aimlessly grasping onto whatever was within her reach. And as I took hold of her fingers and brushed my lips across her chubby cheeks, sweet Cherokee, I whispered into her tiny ears. The capacity in which I loved her brought me to tears, and I cried in a way that was foreign to me. I wasn't afraid or famine. I wasn't parched or brokenhearted. The tears that already started to saturate her blue and white striped blanket were tears of my being stripped completely naked. You saved me. So that's that first piece, dedicated, I almost cried right there, dedicated to my daughter. It's been a long 20 years, 16 and pregnant, and she is the best part of me. Her existence is the best poem I've ever written, and I am so proud of her. So my second piece for the night is called Forgiveness. And this is my version of what forgiveness would look like between two people that once loved one another, thought they would spend forever together, and didn't. Forgiveness. Forgiveness to me, for us, would look like an accidental run-in at some place that neither one of us ever visited. It would look like an almost head-on collision in aisle 2 where you'd be searching for, I don't know, soup, and I'd be running in to gather the ingredients of a last-minute dinner plan, and at first glance of the other, we'd stop dead in our tracks. And 10 million flashbacks would take place in the space between us. It would be awkward at first, and I'd clench my purse a little tighter, and the grip on your keys would tighten, and we both ramble off the words hey and hi at the same time, speaking over one another, and we'd laugh and mumble something inaudible and come closer in preparation to a church hug, where I'm sure to keep the lower part of my torso at safe distance, and you'd use one hand to pat me on the shoulder, and unexpectedly the familiar scent of your cologne and my touch will become much more familiar than we'd want to put on, so we linger. Forgiveness for us, to me, would look like the two of us walking from aisle to aisle, assisting the other in collectively deciding what's for dinner, and reminiscing upon the past life that we once shared, and checking in on the well-being of family members and genuinely caring if whether or not life has been fair to them. Forgiveness, to me, for us, would look like laughter and respectfully conversing with one another about our significant others, and without actually speaking upon what went wrong and everything that had been so right once upon a time ago. It would look like, I'm sorry and I forgive you, without actually ever saying those words. Our forgiveness would subconsciously exhale, and every ounce of resentment that the other had ever withheld would be let go. And the rosebuds that once blossomed in the garden full of seeds that we once sowed, whose growth had been stunted and trampled upon, in the midst of heartbreak and broken promises, would finally begin to grow again, and we'd be whole again, to love again, wholeheartedly. Forgiveness, for me, would look like happiness. And that's my second piece. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us. Just because we can't be there in the physical sense doesn't mean that we're not still out here creating, and we're here for you, because when all of the outside hustle settles down, you turn to the arts, and we're always going to be here for you. Thank you so much, Josh and Ideas X Lab, for doing this. Everybody is so phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin, for not only for making time to join us, but also for continuing to show up out in the world right now and supporting our community in
Thank you.
forward. That's a huge deal, and I know that this is impacting you on a different level. So thank you for
Thank you.
Great energy and love for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Robin. We are going to move on. We have Rheonna Nicole, who is a spoken word poet and the creator of Lipstick Wars Poetry Slam. So I'm going to hop over and get Rheonna. Hey, Rheonna.
Okay, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Again, my name is Rheonna Nicole, and I have two pieces for you all tonight. The first one I actually wrote this for a gallery opening called Black Before I Was Born. So I'm gonna do this piece for you all tonight. I thank God for making me Black before I was born. From the royal ancestors of West Africa to the cotton and sugarcane fields in Mississippi, I was destined to be great. Feel the freedom in my DNA, the endurance and longevity in my bones, the fire in my blood, I dare not hide it. It's a blessing to my spirit, the mere thought of my existence be a riot. I was magic before I was born. Grandmas and mamas that made miracles appear out of thin air, cooking, cleaning, working, and praying while juggling everyone else's cares. There'd be a book of spells waiting for me. This is special black magic, its own kind of voodoo, making waves out of no way. Praises go to the past magicians that taught me how to master these tricks too. I was a survivor before I was born. You can't box a whole race of people in a corner and think we won't come out prepared for a fight. We'll break free from your strongholds. No matter the countless times we've been knocked down, the triumph is when you stand. Continue pressing on and readjust your crown. See, nobody ever said being black was easy, but it has been given to the resilient and mighty, and I happily devour all of my blackness and the sweet struggle that gets caught in my teeth. You will never make this body feel like its melanin is a curse. It does not subtract from me, only adds to my substance. I was brave before I was born. I was victorious before I was born, courageous, unbreakable, unstoppable, irrepressible before I was born. Let these words be passed down to future little boys and girls that you will not reject, but allow. Trust and believe you're going to get all this black because I'm here now. And that was that piece. And I just want to say, like, all this stuff happens. I quit my job last year to be an artist. I'm like, I'm going to be a full-time artist, and I'm going to flourish. And those 3 months in, yeah, no. So thank you so much, Josh and Anna, for putting this together for artists such as myself. Yeah, because in this time, people rely on the artists to bring everyone together. So I'm gonna do my last piece, and yeah, I'm gonna head on out. Trust me when I say that I have absolutely nothing against the name Bob. But see, this here goes out to every ethnic man, woman, or child that has put their name on sale because you couldn't afford it at full price. For those names that ring bells and sirens in the streets, blood names stained on concrete, for the names that sound like the melody of barbed wire fences being cut open to get across the borderline, for those names that sound like hotel maids, green cards, and deportation crimes, for the names that have grown cold, sounds like high IQs, chicken fried rice and egg rolls off your tongue if you say it correctly, for those names that are tightly wrapped in scriptures, Hebrew prophets and prayers, for those names that were born to be game changers, those fighting names, black, red, yellow, and green names, Power Rangers, for those names that we make way for and know how to move the crowd, for those names that have been imprisoned, for the Kunta Kintes that have been downgraded to Toby because you couldn't say it right, for the names that have been forgotten, for the name that turns water into wine, for the name that sits most high. My name be Rheonna. Speak it without hesitation. I shine brighter than a pop star. I'm a bedazzled constellation in ebony gold galaxy, light years ahead of its time. It ain't no Ray, Ro. Well, you know your name, and you will too. Don't catch an attitude with me when I correct you. You better R-E-S-B-E-C-T the name. If you can't pronounce it, ask me. Call me Miss Thornish and nasty. My name black and bold like its owner. It ain't never been afraid of no job application. My name good. It's brave. It make white teachers sweat. My name live free without no regret. See anything negative about my name, child, disregard for those. Well, why couldn't your mama name you something easy? Because she knew my life would be nothing less than hard. So give them something beautiful to listen to, yet complicated like hieroglyphics, and a bed full of nails that burn like hot coals on bare feet. With the mixture of a mother's love and a daddy's strength, you see, some say it's just a name. And what's the big deal? Well, allow me to be honest with you and keep it real. See, my people have been called every single name under the sun. Black, boy, mammy, coon, monkey, niggas. When you've been stripped of everything, you ain't got nothing to lose. So let's pick a name out the starting lineup. Human would do. I wonder what was Harriet's real name. Was it resilience, Shiro, or maybe even courageous. Side note, call me a bitch. Trust black eyes gonna become contagious. Don't judge a name by its cover. That's elementary, something we all should know. I can have 20 letters in my name. Don't make me loud, rag shit, or even ghetto. Look, bottom line, don't suffocate our names so you can breathe easy. Our names are golden coal mines, diamonds buried in the motherland soil, earth's precious gems, priceless titles to our bodies, not loans. You better get hooked on phonics or ebonics that are stone. Sound it out if you have to. For every Ika, Isha, Malik Akbar, or Lopez, we could have been something simple but unique. Fits us better because we is kind, we is smart, we is important, child, we special. So when others see that delicious explosion of letters, let their tongues wrestle. Treat our names like the word of God and wrap your lips around it. Don't initial our names so you can avoid sounding dumbfounded. Because if you don't get it right, well, then you dead wrong. Because at the end of the day, if a man ain't got nothing left, well, at least he got his name to stand on. So for all those, I don't remember names, just faces. Well, you gonna learn today because you just heard something amazing. And don't misplace it because my name is Rheonna. Thank you.
Thank you, Rheonna. It's amazing that in just this week, I've gotten to see you in Zoom 2 different times doing poetry, once for Katura's birthday and tonight. So glad that we're still able to find different ways to come together, and appreciate you being involved this evening.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we are going to welcome back Miss Kate Driskill, who is going to bring us a few more of her original pieces, or I believe they're the pieces that you've created. So Kate, I'm going to let you take it away, and then we are going to welcome Hannah Drake.
Hello again, and I just want to thank Josh and all the other artists for letting me join in. This has been awesome, and I've loved watching all of y'all's different forms of art. It's been really cool, and I'm really glad I got to be a part of it. So these last 2 songs are songs I wrote, and they're kind of the process of trust. At first, I was thinking about, I was like, well, these are songs where I was going through a lot of, learning about trust. But then as more I was thinking about it, I realized we're actually, trust is like a daily process. So like we're always learning to trust, and to, it's just a process. So there'll be kind of 2 perspectives, I guess, of trust. One will be a little bit cheerful, and the other one will be a little bit more bluesy and maybe edgy. I think it's edgy. You may not, but we'll see. So thank you so much for listening.
Have you ever been this far? Have you ever gone so deep that your heart can't breathe? Have you ever dared to step out where you've never been? Where you don't know how your story really ends? And it's a terrible thing, stepping out where you can't see. You never know just how far you should go. But this I know with the trembling voice, I will say that we can't stay the same. We can't stay. So just fall, let go. Don't be afraid to step out. Don't be ashamed to cry out. Just fall into the unseen, and let the waves carry you, and let them rock you to sleep. Just so take my hand, my dear. We're not the only ones. We're all afraid. We all have stood on this same shore. too far, and if we quit now, where would we go? Are we gonna be strong and let our hearts take courage? Can you catch your breath? Can you take another step with your hand in mine, cross that line, keep going till we make it to the other side? Just fall, let it go. Don't be afraid to step out. Don't be ashamed to cry out. Just fall into the unseen and let the waves carry you and let them rock you to sleep. Just fall. Just fall, let go. Don't be afraid to step out. Don't be ashamed to cry out. Just fall into the unseen and let the waves carry you and let them rock you to sleep. Just fall. And I felt so lost, I felt so hurt, just wondering what you're up to, wondering what I'm to. I've been scared to step forward, I've been scared to reach out my hands towards you. I've been scared to step forward, I've been scared to reach out my hands towards you. So won't you come and just change my mind? Won't you come and change my mind? I need to see the truth in your eyes. Come on and change my mind. Deep down, I know you've been good to me. You've been faithful, hold me close. But in this moment, I need to hear you sing. You won't really walk away. I've been scared to step forward. I've been scared to reach out my hands towards you. I've been scared to step forward. I've been scared to reach out my hand toward you. Change my mind, change my mind, change my mind. I've been scared to step forward. I've been scared to reach out my hand towards you. I've been scared to step forward. I've been scared to reach out my hand towards you. So won't you come and just change my mind? Won't you come and change my mind? I need to see the truth in your eyes. So come on and change my mind. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Thank you, Kate. It was so fun to see the different facets of the way you perform and the different types of music that you do. And I think it was so fitting that you did a song that featured trust, especially as we think about how we are all engaging with each other right now. So thank you. All right, so now we are going to bring on Hannah Drake. Hannah is, hey Hannah.
Hey.
Hannah is one of my team members at Ideas X Lab. She has written 11 books. She is a blogger. She's a spoken word artist, and I am so grateful to consider her a friend and just all around amazing person. So Hannah, take it away.
Thank you, Josh, and thank you to all the performers. I always, I never really know what I'm going to read when I'm invited to something typically. I just kind of try to fill out the room or what I feel is needed. And of course, we all currently know what we are going through, what we are dealing with. And so I wanted to read 2 poems. One is called The Sacred Wisdom of Love. And the other poem, it's called Dawn, which I believe my days are so off. So it could have been last week, could have been this week, for much as I know. I think I read it online this week, and I think it's fitting for what we are facing. So this first piece is called The Sacred Wisdom of Love. We don't trust love enough. We would rather reject love and embrace fear and hate instead of allowing our hearts to be open to the possibility that love has the capability to open the door to true transformation. We don't trust love enough. Trusting means to let your guard down, to strip away your false securities, judgments, and reveal your insecurities. Trusting is opening your life to someone that possesses the ability to hurt you in your frailty. We don't trust love enough. We are too afraid and too settled in our familiar, our comfort, in our convenient space, to step outside of the known and dip our souls into the unknown. We are scared of getting to know others that do not look like us, that do not think like us, and that challenge our long-held beliefs, our systems, and our policies. We are fearful of embracing our differences, failing to understand that our differences are cause for celebration, for mutual respect, understanding, and growth. How different our lives, relationships, communities, and even this world would be if just once we decided to trust love. Trust that out of faith, hope, and love, the greatest of these is love. Trust that it is okay to love, that love truly can cover a multitude of sins, that loving despite hate is daring, that loving in the face of violence takes courage, that loving in spite of injustice takes strength, that loving in the face of hurt takes humility, that loving those that society tells you to hate is liberating. Love is a choice. Love is not always a life of convenience. It is an action word. Love is not sideline living. It requires you to get in this game that we call life. Love takes work, especially when it's easy to sit down and say, that's not my problem. Why should I care? And why should their lives matter? As Thomas Merton said, our job is to love others without stopping to inquire whether or not they are worthy. That is not our business, and in fact, it is nobody's business. What we are asked to do is love, and this love itself will render both ourselves and our neighbors worthy. Love is not weakness. Love is still right even when you feel wronged. Love is freedom. It is that quiet resilience in the face of opposition. Love, as Paul gracefully penned, provides us with timeless sacred wisdom. If I speak with human eloquence and angelic ecstasy but don't have love, I'm nothing but the creaking of a rusty gate. If I speak God's word with power, revealing all his mysteries and making everything plain as day, and if I have faith that says to a mountain, jump, and it jumps, but I don't have love, I'm nothing. If I give everything I own to the poor and even go to the stake to be burned as a martyr, but I don't have love, I've gotten nowhere. So no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I'm bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than itself. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut. It doesn't have a swelled head. It doesn't force itself on others. It isn't always me first. Love doesn't fly off the handle, and it doesn't keep score of the sins of others. Love doesn't revel when others grovel, but love takes pleasure in the flowering of truth. It puts up with anything. It trusts God always, and it always looks for the best. It never looks back, but keeps on going until the end. Inspired speech will be over someday, and praying in tongues will end. Understanding will reach its limit. But love, despite all the finite things in this world, is infinite. Therefore, trust steadily in God, hope unswervingly, and love extravagantly. And the best of all three of these is love. That's it. So I think right now in this world and what I'm seeing is certainly a lot of people are showing love in a lot of different ways. And that's what we're going to need over the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months, and hopefully for a long, long, long time in this world. I just wrote a blog yesterday that it shouldn't have to take a pandemic to reach the level of compassion that I've seen with my neighbors, that I've seen around the world, because that's always been in us. That's who we are. And it just came out, and this pandemic caused it to come out. And it didn't have to take this for us to be that way, because I truly believe that at our core, that human beings are good, and we see the goodness in others. And I'm sad that it took this, but to see the outpouring of love and appreciation and compassion people have had while others are struggling has really even inspired me to step up and think about people that I certainly never thought about, like the grocery store workers stocking the shelves, or the people at Walmart stocking things. I never thought about that. And so I even had to check myself as how can I have more compassion and show more love to people that we often overlook. So that's why I wanted to share that piece. And the next piece I'm gonna share is called Dawn. I actually was able to perform this piece with the Louisville Ballet. So Brandon Ragland actually picked out this music. I never imagined, and it's funny because I read this poem with the Louisville Ballet and had never read it again. And a few weeks before this happened, where the city kind of shut down, I was asked to read this at an event. And I thought, well, that's odd. No one's ever asked for that poem. But I did it. And then when I listened to the words in comparison to what is going on in the world, it just kind of seemed prophetic. So Brandon, thank you certainly for giving me this music that I'd never heard of. Thank you to the Louisville Ballet. And I'll read Dawn, and then I'll turn it back over to you, Josh. Dawn, the first appearance of light, the beginning, birth, inception, genesis, an emergence, an appearance, an arrival. To begin, to start, to be born, to appear, to arrive, to rise, to break, to unfold, to develop, to become evident to the mind, be perceived or understood. Every day that we awake, it's a new dawn, a chance to start over, to begin again, to birth something new, to show patience, to love. Every day is a chance to offer forgiveness, to understand, to try, to heal, to lose ourselves to find ourselves, to dream, to dance, to believe, to show compassion, to give, to say I'm sorry, to breathe, to exhale, to take it all in, and to take a chance. What is your dawn? And what is your new day? What awaits you on the horizon of change? Hope begins in the dark. It is a stubborn hope that if you just show up and try to do the right thing, then the dawn will come. So you wait, and you watch, and you work, and you don't give up. What could we be if we weren't afraid? And what could we become if we loved? If we embraced our differences? If we celebrated our uniqueness? If we chose to disregard our fear and love anyway? Who could we be? And what could we accomplish? How high could we soar? Didn't you ever dream of flying? If you take my hand, together we can. and nothing would be impossible if we stood together. A new day awaits us. All we have to do is rise and greet the dawn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to cry. So thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. I think that was the perfect way to end our time together tonight. One of the lines that you have, what awaits you on the horizon of change, I think is so absolutely timely right now. So that piece really, I think, touched everybody that is on here. So before I close us out, I'm gonna hop over to the gallery mode. All of our artists are back up on the screen, and just gonna open it up for anybody to wave. If you wanna say goodbye or say thank you or anything, you can unmute your mic real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap us up.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank you all. This was amazing. Hannah, beautiful poem. Kate, amazing songs. Brandon, Ashley, amazing. Robin.
Thank you all for being here. Thanks for all the artists and for all of the viewers for supporting this.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I am going to wrap us up. Thank you so much to the artists that spent their time prepping and coming tonight to bring you all their poetry, their dance, their music, and their artistic skills as we all look at how we move through the next few weeks and the next few months and on into that new horizon of change that Hannah talked about. So I hope you all head into a healthy and safe weekend. We are going to post the full video of these performances online so that everybody can see them. If you do want to donate to support the artists, you can text Eclectic to 44321 or visit ideasxlab.com to donate. Again, I'm Josh Miller with Ideas X Lab, and on behalf of our team and all of the artists, thank you all so much for tuning in and your support, and we will talk to you soon.